Hello and welcome to the channel. First off, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, so sorry about that. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it all, but yeah, do apologise. And I'm going to try and make some more videos, but making good YouTube content is hard. A lot of work goes into them, and not even just that, but the ideas which then need to be like recorded and filmed and stuff. It's yeah, pretty tough work. So yeah, do mean to get some more content out there. So do watch your space, and yeah, I'm gonna try. So for those of you who follow my Twitch, which is link in the description below, I've kind of taken to a new direction since I had a bit of a lapse after we moved house, and I've come back. And yeah, I've kind of taken to sim racing. So it's Formula 1, GT3 racing, like Assetto Corsa Competizione, BeamNG Drive, Soft Body Destruction Madness, which is great fun, and a few other bits and bobs. Now, the reason of this is I kind of harken back to kind of my childhood love. So since I was 5 or 6, I remember just really loving cars and brands and anything that went with it, really. So one memory that I've got in my head from about the late 90s on the PlayStation 1 was playing a little known game called TOCA Touring Cars, made by Codemasters. Now, that game, I probably look now rose-tinted glasses, but it was incredibly good. It had a huge choice of cars, weather effects, hard racing, even had cockpit view, which is, for a 1997 game, I know I'm an old person, is incredible. And I thought to myself at that point, I want to become a racing driver. That was my first memory of thinking, this is what I want to do in life. Like some kids, you know, want to become a doctor or an astronaut or whatever. I wanted to be a racing driver. Now, unfortunately, that didn't happen. I didn't really go karting as a kid, so was never going to be the next Lewis or Lando or whoever, because I didn't really race. So yeah, I've kind of taken to virtually racing. So I remember buying a Logitech G27 a good few years ago now, second hand, and I believe it was for use with Assetto Corsa back in sort of 2014-15ish, and I kind of played it for a bit. It was fun, but I never kind of, I don't know, I didn't kind of latch onto it like I thought I would. So I played a good few hours of that, and then kind of never really used the wheel for a few years after that, until last year. Now, some of you who, if you know Rocket League and Rocket League esports more specifically, there's a certain caster called Callum the Shogun, who does stream on his own Twitch. I'll leave a link in the description below. He's a super cool bloke, and last year he started doing F1 2020, doing the Banter Grand Prix, which was basically him and a load of his community doing races on F1 2021, F1 2020, sorry, and did it every Sunday. Had a league set up, had standings and everything, and I kind of dropped in one of his streams, knowing that I had the G27, and I thought, I asked, is there any spaces? Because I thought, this looks quite fun, and I've been into F1 since, well, probably the late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, my mum and dad were real Michael Schumacher. They absolutely loved Schumacher, and they kind of got me into it. So I've been following F1 for quite a number of years now. So in terms of the games, I didn't really kind of get into them, to be honest, for one reason or another. I don't know why, it just didn't really happen. So got into F1 2020 in Shogun's League, and it kind of was all escalated from there, really. Did a few seasons on there, and then started looking at, you know, getting better gear and really looking into kind of racing you know, sort of being able to go faster and learning the sort of the lines and the mechanics of it all and everything like that, and really sort of, you know, really sort of starting to get into the nitty gritty of it. Being older and kind of knowing more about it, I've really caught the bug. So we're going to just skip over the last sort of couple of months really, and we're going to fast forward to today. So as you see to my right, your left, that's my rig. So what we're going to do is we're going to go a little overview. This isn't necessarily a review as such. This is just basically an overview and my thoughts on my gear, just to kind of show you what I've got and what I plan to do with it all. So without further ado, here's the rig. So here it is, everyone, in all its glory. This is the rig. It is a Track Racer TR80 aluminium profile rig. These sorts of rigs are commonly called 80-20 rigs because of the aluminium extrusion that is used to make them. So yeah, what you would get on the rig itself is the uprights, the bottom part to connect it all, and that is the main part of it really. You can, and on the pedal tray as well, you get the pedal tray stuff as well. So you can get them without the seat and the seat sliders and the seat brackets. So you can buy your own seat if you want to. I just decided to get the GT fiberglass seat that Track Racer offer, purely because it was just a bit better value for me personally. And I've not looked back since. It's super sturdy. It doesn't wobble, doesn't flex. It's rock solid. The seat is really comfortable as well. I did have to add a lumbar support there because in the first sort of couple of weeks of usage, my back started getting a little painful, just probably because of where I was sitting and everything, and obviously you put a lot of pressure into braking and everything. But that has sorted it, so thumbs up from me. And then the next thing is the monitor stand. So that's an obviously extra, which can hold. Well, this is a 34-inch Gigabyte G34. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen now. But it's pretty hefty. But these monitor stands, these will be able to absolutely hold a triple monitor setup if you so wish with these. And as you can see here, I do have an additional monitor. So this is the quad monitor add-on that Track Racer offer. So for me, this is super useful when streaming. So I can see my OBS output, I can see chat, I can see stuff like follows and all that sort of thing, check all my audio levels and make sure everything's good in real time. Yeah, super solid. Again, there is no like wobble at all. I mean, I'm doing that, I'm sort of wobbling it fairly hard, and there's just no way that this thing is toppling over. It's really good. Yeah, again, no complaints about that. So the next thing is the main thing you drive with, and it's the wheelbase and the rims and everything. So this is a Thrustmaster T300 base with a peak output of around 4 Nm of torque. It's a belt-driven wheelbase, so it's a step up from like your Logitech wheels, which are all gear-driven. Yeah, really good. I had a G27, as I mentioned previously, and this is a real pretty big step up, in my opinion. A lot better forces, so much more detail in what you feel. It's yeah, it's a really good upgrade, and you can definitely sort of gain a lot more consistency with it compared to the Logitech. So, and the good thing with this level of wheel as opposed to the lower Thrustmaster offering is that you can have interchangeable rims. So I've got this round rim on at the moment because I'm doing some iRacing at the moment with some Mazdas and other cars like that kind of are better with round rims. And I've also got a open wheel for like F1, GT3 racing, that sort of thing. It's and yeah, it's just stuff like that is a lot better for open wheel because it's smaller and you get to feel everything a little bit more. Obviously you can change the force feedback and everything to what you want, but that is it's really good that it has changeable wheels because round rims are okay for Formula 1 I feel and GT3, but I think open wheels are definitely the way to go. So next we have the pedals. So these are the Thrustmaster load cell offering, the TLCMs. These got, I think, released a year or so ago, a couple of years ago. I can't remember, not too long ago, but they're pretty new. And they're really good. And they are, for me, value for money, one of the best things that I've bought, for sure. Coming from the T3PA pedals, which I had when I bought this wheelbase, which was second hand. I bought these brand new, and they are just a huge step up in terms of being able to be consistent with your braking. A lot more muscle memory. They're very smooth. You can adjust. I think I've kind of got the two black springs on there at the moment. They take a fair amount of force. I mean, I think these are the middle in terms of stiffness. There are, I think, 2 red springs I can put on to make it a lot stiffer, but this is comfortable for me at the moment. I go barefoot. Not barefoot, socks, sorry, and I find that pretty comfortable. But they're really good, and I think they were about £230, I think, for this. And I think in terms of upping my lap times, these have been more beneficial than the wheelbase, I'd say. The wheelbase gives good like definition and strength and everything like that, but to be better like under braking is so important, and they are great, honestly, really good. Highly recommended those. Next thing is, I won't go huge amounts of time on this, but this is the Thrustmaster TH8A shifter, H-pattern shifter with a reverse. It's alright, it's not too bad. I've got a Rick Motec little mod on there to shorten the throw, so it's a little less distance that you have to go to get into gear. There's no real tactile feel. There are mods available for it to increase the tactile feel, but it's not something I do a lot of. H-pattern, I mainly do sequential and paddle shifting on the wheels. But it's good for like immersion, like Assetto Corsa, some iRacing stuff. It's really good for immersion, and just, you know, smash it into gear. It's great. Yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. Next thing, it's got a Stream Deck, a Elgato Stream Deck, and a little mount that I got from, I think, Etsy somewhere. It's just so much better. I used to have it just sat on here. I know it's a bit dusty, I know it's disgusting, whatever. I used to have it just kind of, no, it was on here, that's right. I had it on the shifter plate. But just a hard mount. It's so easy just to kind of press into things. If I want to go into my different scenes in OBS, I can do that. It's just a lot easier, a lot more sturdy, which is great for streaming again as well. And lastly, one of the most important things, is a cup holder. So when I need to get hydrated, I've got a drink in easy reach, and also there's a headphone mount as well for when I need to take the headphones off to you know, to do whatever, I guess. But yeah, so that is it really. That is the rig. Also got some little personalised. Got some pins on there just to personalise it, and also there's Alonso just in his deck chair. What a legend. But yeah, that's it really. So that is my rig. Really like change the game in terms of like how I enjoy sim racing. Would never ever go back to anything else like a wheel on a desk or anything. It's just fantastic. So yeah, that's it from me really. So just want to say thank you for everyone watching, much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoyed the little rundown. If you've got any questions, please do ask in the comments and I'll be trying my best to answer them. But from me, that's it. So see ya.